Yo, what is good? We are still at it. Same planet, different time, different space. We're in a different realm. The planet keeps moving. You think you're in the same spot, but you're not. You're somewhere else spinning. Always spinning, constantly dizzy. Everybody's got vertigo to some degree. We're just walking. Everybody's walking around dizzy-footed. It's like they got two left feet, but since they're on Earth, they got both feet. They're walking fine. They're walking straight. I mean, most people are walking straight, I guess. If not, a little jagged. That's okay if you got a jagged foot. Today last night I found this Instagram that was like super dope. It's Visuals of Julius, I believe it's called. You'll find it on Instagram. He's got like a lot of subscribers. Followers. I'm tired. Worked out yesterday like heavy. Lifted up heavy weight. I don't know why. I think it's good for my muscles. I don't know. I don't like lifting heavy. It's friggin' scary. I feel like I'm just going to rip my friggin' arms out of my socket. But I do it because it's dunk life, and I have requirements if I want to force my body past gravity more. Anyway, so he makes these pictures that are realistic but not realistic at the same time. Meaning, he basically like photoshops them, and they're like starry pictures or like just really unique type. You know when you see like really crazy, I don't know if you're into photography, anybody listening, but when you see those Instagrams that are just like beautiful pictures, sceneries, landscapes, things like that, he edits them so you can tell they're like fake because like, for example, like fireworks will say like numbers in them like 2018, but you can tell they're fake, but they're just like so well done. They just look amazing. Like it could have happened. And it's not about them like tricking you to think it's real or anything like that. It's more just like an insane creation, like a really creative piece of art. And that was inspiring for me. So it was like super cool. So I actually took my own photo, added some stars to it because it was pretty easy because I went out to take some stars, but living downtown, the light pollution, it's really hard to capture stars out here. But it was like my pool deck at the building I'm in. And the pool came out dope. The lights looked sick. So I just edited some stars in. Why not? And it was pretty easy to do. And it was just so cool to make the picture so like what I had envisioned kind of. So I didn't really like it for one reason, which was like the stars looked real because I'm so good. No, just because all I did was add a few stars and it looked realistic and it looked like a great photo. But it felt like deceptive. I felt like I was being a little wizard. I didn't want to do that. But like, so I like the creation aspect, but I don't like deceiving, like making it think I took like an amazing photo like that because that's harder to do. And you have to go to like a location that has stars and things like that. So I don't want to be deceptive like a little leprechaun. But I do want to like bring to life some crazy ideas. So I would be a little bit more drastic with it, like the way my boy does on Instagram with like, he changes the way mountains look to make them look like numbers. Like when he hit 100K, he made these like boulders into 100 like numbers, so not 100 numbers but like the number 100. And so it looked super dope, and you know it's not real but it's so sick. And I feel like that's just exciting for me because I cannot draw or paint for my life because I have no fingers. It seems when I go to draw something with my hand, my fingers don't work. I can see letters, but what I write aren't letters. If they are, they must be from ancient Mesopotamia because they're not legible. And drawing? No. It's like I have the hands of a 4-year-old and I'm drawing, and that's the way my art looks. So I don't do it. But I have ideas and I wish I could draw and I wish I could, but I literally can't. And it's one of those things where I say to myself, focus on your strengths. Don't waste time trying to become like an artist or whatever, because I literally can't draw even decent or even beginner level. It's so bad. So if I were to try to get good, it'd be so hard and it'd be so time consuming. I honestly don't even know if at the end of it I'd be any good. It's just ridiculous. So Photoshop, since I'm sick on the keys, I got my friggin' keyboard here and my mouse. I'm good with the tech because I'm a dweeb artist. I can make these things happen through the tech world. And so that's inspiring, I guess is the word, but it's more motivational or empowering, I guess. But whatever the word is, it's like makes me want to create stuff more and makes me excited to create it because I feel like I can bring to life all these wild things I see in my brain. So that's cool. If you want to see the one I'm talking about, I have another Instagram. It's my 97th Instagram, actually. It's Steven Selly Media. It's just a picture. I actually put the before and after on my story. If you want to see that real quick. I don't know if you're going to see this in time, but if you're on top of things, you'll listen to this real quick and then jump on there before the 24. Or just hit me up. I mean, I'll send it to you. I don't know why you'd want it, but I'll give it to you. Anyway, I look forward to doing that a lot more. It's super cool because a lot of times I go out with like a vision in mind, but I can't capture through the photo. And now after seeing his edits, I wonder if like more pictures I saw that were sick were just a little bit more edited than I thought they were. Like I thought maybe you changed the colors and the like lighting and things like that, like to the extreme. But I think now how easy he made it look and how good he made a picture look, it made me think that like a lot of the pictures I thought were just insane shots were like pretty edited, which is fine. But I'm not trusting these leprechauns anymore. These digital photocons. What do you call them? Photo thieves, stealing your joy, stealing your vision, stealing your eyes. Imagine people can steal your vision in the future. It's happening. I'm calling it now. It's like we can already see, like people, it's basically, we can screenshot what people take pictures of. If that's basically stealing my vision, bro. But in the future, if it gets more advanced, you're going to see what I see like on my eyes because it's going to be digitized eyes. You're going to be able to say that's what you saw, but it's really what I saw through my eyes. It's going to be weird. We're going to share an eyes, not even on purpose. We're going to be like struggling to look through our own eyes in the future. People are going to be fucking using limbs and neurons from each other, trying to be each other. It's going to be weird. I already can see like people that use their voice. Like they're already doing that technology where they can take like a certain amount of hours. I think it's like 40 hours of you talking, and then they can make you say anything with like your voice, your inflection, and it'll make it look like or sound like you, and you can't dispute it unless you have like technology to like say, no, this was edited, whatever it is, but it sounds like you. So stupid people who do podcasts are gonna be like easy targets, you know? And so that was a hit of myself if you didn't catch it. But, yeah, so people are going to be able to take your voice, make you say whatever you want, and, like, digitize your face and move your mouth to make it look like you actually said it. And that's going to be so weird because I bet you there's going to be people that are like, I didn't say that. And they're like, I see you saying it. I'd be like, that's not the real me. I'm the real me. And then there's going to be that whole thing, who's the real who? And then it's going to be so weird. Hopefully they come up with, like, a tagging system, like skin. Like, what if they make robots so good they have the perfect skin? And how are you going to tell them the difference eventually? I don't know. What are they going to do? Someone should probably think about that now. That's probably why Elon Musk is so scared of these robots, because, like, they're going to make skin, and they're going to make such good skin that these robots, you can't tell them from the outside, so then maybe you dig into them, right? Cut open his forearm, you see wires. But what if they start making real ligaments and stuff? Because with stem cells, they're already doing that to humans. So they make basically this human. They make a human. Maybe not the brain, right? But even the brain eventually will be just like an organ. They can recreate organs eventually. My guy told me. My boy Elon. So as soon as they do that, if they make it look identical to you, have your voice and your thoughts, how are we going to distinguish? Maybe you as yourself, you got to switch it up. You got to do weird stuff. You got to like wear red gloves at all times. That like they can never see that coming. The robot can never see that coming. I don't know. It's going to be so weird. Imagine seeing yourself like you can have your own twin if you want. That'd be, I don't even know, man. That's crazy. That's some crazy talk, but these pictures are so easy to edit. Now it makes me think everything's edit. Just like when you go to like for example, I'm going to bring this full circle. I went to the water park. Stick with me. I have the annual pass, so I can go like all the time, and it was like empty. It made me realize it's awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome because you can go when it's empty. You can go all the time. You don't have to rush around. It's the best. It's nothing less than the best, but there's a tiny piece that's makes it like less special. More of the theme parks, because the theme parks, if you go too much, it's like you got to ride everything, you see how the things work, you see like behind the scenes type of thing, just like if you work there. So it's kind of weird. It's not as magical, I guess. And so, where was I? Damn, I forgot the beginning of it. But I forgot what I was going to compare it to, but whatever it was, we were talking about the robots. Then it was, you have a twin. Oh, the pictures. So the pictures is like, you see these epic pictures that have insane landscapes and things like that. And now after seeing how easy it is to edit, now I just think everything's edited. And I still like the edits because they're amazing. That's what makes it hard too. So I guess it's good and bad. You could look at it either way. So the negative would be, that it takes away the magic a little bit. It's not like a once-in-a-lifetime photo. You could kind of edit it. But the positive is that since everyone knows it's edited and you can't hide that it's edited, you have to make it that more creative to make it appealing to the eyes if you still have your own eyes. Going full circle, double entendre, intertwined like an Olympic ring gymnast thing, like the Olympic rings, you know how they're like intertwined. I didn't just go full circle. I went full circle twice because I went from the friggin' water park back to the pictures of the non-magical, back to the eyes getting stolen. Where are we at? Full circle again. Back to the where we at, because we're in a different space and time. I don't know what's happening right now. I'm definitely loopy, and I thought that's why I'd make a good podcast, because I'm tired, and I don't really think as good when I'm tired, but it could make for a good thing, good and bad. Full circle again. Positive, negative. The negative is that my brain doesn't work at full speed, but it's kind of like this. It's kind of like when your tires have no traction. You're driving around, you just want to have some fun, you got no traction. Normally, that's bad and dangerous, but if you're trying to do some donuts, bro, no traction's all good. You're just slipping and sliding whichever way you want, fishtailing the shit out of it. Next thing you know, fishtail it right into a friggin' Long John Silver's, get yourself a fish sandwich, full circle. Full circle in the car, eating a fish sandwich, double full circle. I don't know what's happening, but I love it. I'm in the flow state right now. You feel me? If I talk about it, though, it's going to disappear. It's going to vanish. So I just got to keep it flowing. What was that other thing I wanted to say? Oh, Lego my ego, bro. Do these people talk about that, meaning that didn't mean anything? That's the brain not working at that point right there. But it goes back to my thing I talked about in another podcast. Are these cliches or are they like conclusions? Did they think of these things in this super deep way that I think about things? Or did they just come up with a name and I'm just looking too far into it? Anyway, I'm probably looking too far into it in all these instances, but I like to think that there's a possibility that they did. And my point so I talk about letting go of the ego. It's the best way to live. It's fulfilling. It's really the best way to help others and live on earth. We don't know what the frig is happening. So there's no need for an ego to be selfish and do all these things for yourself and make yourself happy. If you're good, that's it. As long as you're surviving, you can help others and everybody should just share everything, right? Not like in a society, you know what I mean? Just like love and happiness. And so you want to let go of your ego. So I'm like, was that what the waffle people were talking about? Lego my ego? Like ego is just a play on words, not to freak too many people out. Like maybe he loved waffles and they were like his source of his joy and happiness. And he's like, and he had like a big decision. Like I can make this waffle. I can share it with the world, get everybody's pure happiness. And he just like went into a flow state himself. And he's like, what's the best way to market this? And he had a way to give himself credit and take credit for this beautiful waffle creation and like make a lot of money off the waffles. Or he had to let go of his ego and the waffle would get to more people and he wouldn't get any of the credit for the delicious waffles, but more people would get the joy out of the waffles if he did so. And what he did was like, you know what? I'm letting go of the ego. And that's what I'll name the friggin' waffle, to put it in stone. Lego my ego. So, possibly, Likely, no. Do I hope so? Definitely. And that's what I wonder. If that popped in my head, I'm like, why Lego my ego? I guess I got to look into what ego means and where they came up with that, because it probably means someone's last name or something. Someone's going to comment, it's someone's last name, bro. They always just use the last name. Just like, what's that cereal? What's the Special K? What the hell's the cereal? No, I can't think of it. Cheerios? I don't know. The guy's famous. It's on the tip of my friggin' fuck. General Mills, the cereal. Kellogg. Got it. That's the brain not working again. I was slipping and sliding, fishtailing out of control, but I got it back on track. Kellogg. Kellogg's? S? Plurals? Anyway, they use the name, whatever. But I'll look into what it means, but who cares what it means? I rather Schrodinger's cat. We're going to that now. Jumping and just sliding all over the place. Put a cat in the box, old experiment. Don't feed the cat for days or weeks, months, whatever it was. The cat's probably dead, but if you don't open the box, you don't know. The cat's just in a state right now. It's in a state of unknown. If you open the box and it's dead, essentially you killed the cat, because now the cat's dead, you changed its state, now you know it's dead. But if you don't open the box, you never know. The cats could still be alive. You don't know who can never be sure. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not going to look into it. I'm going to keep it in its unknown floating state. Speaking of a floating state, I want to go in a float tank. Man, I'm loving this jumping from topic to topic. I'm killing it. I knew my brain was in a good space. No pun intended. Space is always moving. The float tank, the sensory deprivation tank. I don't know if I said this already, but it's super interesting to me. We have 5 senses: hear, smell, sight, touch, tangle. Pretty sure tangle's the last one. I can't remember it already. So what is the last one? Touch, sight, smell, hear. Did I say hear? Anyway, all those are friggin' shut off for a little bit, shoved in this tank, and you just float there. And I guess you go in your brain, you kind of like meditate type things. Super interesting. So I definitely got to try that out, see what kind of results I get. Results may vary, though, I guess, right? Because like some people might freak out in that thing. It's like dark and silent. And they're alone with their own thoughts. That's where I think I've improved since I was like, just like 5 years ago about or something. I don't know if it's just age or just more thinking. I broke through like my own brain. But like I used to be like afraid to like think weird things. Not weird because like I don't care about judgment or things like that. But just like I would freak myself out. Like I would just be like, it was like overwhelming, the thoughts of like what the hell's going on. So, but now I'm just like, it doesn't matter. It's part of it. It's more fun if you just like enjoy it, enjoy the freak out. So I think I'd be fine. I'm not like even afraid of the sensory deprivation tank. I would love to see like the freaky shit my mind comes up with. So definitely going to try to do that soon. That's going to be super awesome. I don't even know. I think it's like meditating, but like maybe like it might be like more extreme. So you do it like more intense. I've been trying to meditate, but I don't do it regularly. I've been doing it till I sleep. Like when I go to sleep, it helps me sleep because it helps me relax. But like I do it and then I just fall asleep. So I don't like, I kind of like focus on my breath. Try not to like think of any thoughts. Just keep like refocusing on my breath until I like relax more and more. Water, hold on. So I don't know if you're supposed to do it till you sleep, but I'm sort of getting like the idea of what meditating is from that, and it's definitely relaxing. But like I don't think I'm getting all the full benefits. I should do it like where I don't sleep after it. But dreams, bro. I'm loving dreams. I'm trying to like get back into lucid dreaming. I don't know if anybody does lucid dreaming, but I should write down. That's what I need to do during these podcasts is write down the main thing so I can title it so you know what the hell I'm going to talk about. Because after these things, I'm always like, what did I just talk about? And it was like 14 million things, and then I can't remember. So then I just like label the podcast like nothing, but hashtag nothing. But the dreams. Lucid dreaming is so awesome to me, but I wake up for work, so like I never remember to write down my dreams because it's like I wake up and I just get right up and then I forget. But you got to write them down right away. But I've been having some really crazy vivid dreams and they're super awesome, but I haven't had like a lucid one in a while where you wake up and know you're dreaming. But I'm so interested in that. And People tell me that when they have dreams where they're like doing a lot of stuff, like running around, flying and stuff, they don't feel relaxed when they wake up. They felt like they were actually doing that stuff, so it was like tired them out. I'm like, what are you talking about? For me, it's like whenever I have the more vivid my dream, the more relaxed I feel when I wake up. Like it felt like I got like a full sleep. So, yeah, so I want to have more dreams like that because it helps me sleep better, and they're just so fun. Like, let's see if I have any dreams written down that are worthwhile. I had some really crazy ones, but I didn't write them down, and it's like the middle of the night, and I'm exhausted, so I don't feel like not getting up, but waking myself up a little bit to write them. But they were so cool. Like, it felt like I was like flying through space, or like I was like, one of them I was looking. I realized after I woke up that I was looking down at Earth, but I was also sitting on Earth. Like I didn't realize that in my dream. It was so stupid, but it was so amazing. I'm sitting on Earth and we're like spinning it. Like for some reason, like we were spinning super fast, or we were on another planet that was watching Earth spin really fast, and you could see all the cities on Earth, and like think about it was like almost seeing all the crazy lands. I don't know if you guys are into that, but I love seeing like crazy landscapes or sunsets or like city lines, skylines, cityscapes, whatever the fucking word is. And it was like all of that sped up, but like live. So not like a video of it. It was just like seeing every angle of the Earth at once going by. And I'm like, but then I'm like sitting on Earth too. It was so crazy. I'm seeing it from like space, and there's like super close planets. It was just insane. You ever watch Rick and Morty? It's a cartoon, and they travel through space and stuff, and they go to this other planet, and there's like, while they're on that planet, they could see other planets because they're so close. I can't imagine if that was like what it was like on Earth, because I feel like the moon is like right now it's a full moon. Oh, there's like that red blue super moon eclipse this morning. I think it was already. I think I missed it, but yeah, it was like the moon is always there. I feel like we kind of forget about it, but I always look at it, and it's just like sitting there. And I think I said this already, but like it's just sitting there, and it's just crazy that it's floating, and we could see like the indents on it. We could see what do they call it? Not caverns, but like craters. Craters, yeah, craters. When I think of craters, I think of like a meteor, like an actual rock, but I think of the crater as the indent. Anyway, the indents. And it's just like, it's far and we're just so used to it. But if we had like a giant planet, like bigger than Earth, that was like near us, that we could see like onto the surface of, I feel like that would blow our minds. I hope it like something like comes close like that. Not like towards us, but just like gets in our orbit. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying. And like if you watch that show Rick and Morty, you see what I'm saying. But whenever people go to like other planets in cartoons, whatever, you see like other planets in the distance. I feel like that would be insane if we saw like, because we only see like stars. We see like the Milky Way, I guess, and like the Aurora Borealis going by, and some aliens that we can't see yet because we only have 5 senses, and Tangle doesn't help us see one. But if we saw like another planet up close, I feel like more people would be like wondering like, what are we doing? And that's all I want people to do, is just think about that more. Like what's happening? Why am I here? Why am I walking? Am I walking straight, full circle? Do I have jagged feet, full circle? This planet, it's spinning? Oh, we're spinning. Oh, okay. There's water. There's water on this circle. It's not a flat Earth, but it's a circle, and the water stays. The water doesn't drip off, but on here, if I have a water ball in my hand, that drips. Why does that go? Why does that fall off? Oh, gravity? Oh, what's that? Oh, gravity? Oh, okay. So we could walk perfect. Why is it not pulling my skin to the floor instantly? Why does it happen over time? What's happening? That's all I want you to think about. Anyway, here's my dream. I watched Blade Runner. I don't know if you watched that. It's like a classic movie. I'm into movies, if you know me already by now. And I'm like, I saw the new one came out. I'm like, I gotta watch. I mean, it's not even like recent. It's like last year already. God damn it. But get the point. I saw it. I keep seeing it. I keep hearing about it. So I'm like, I gotta watch the original first. It was kind of like shitty because it's so old, but like it was a really good concept. But like, you know, the graphics are not nearly as good as now. Harrison Ford killed it. He looked like a baby. But yeah, it was like about robot men. It was kind of what I was talking about before, where like the robots looked so real, but they had to get rid of them because they were like not obeying their robot laws or whatever the hell's going on. I don't even know. I think I fell asleep. But the new one was good too. Oh, I didn't finish the new one actually. The new one actually started to get good, but it was late, and I'm like, dunk life, I got to sleep, so I got to get my rest. So I turned it off. I actually might hopefully will finish that tonight. But yeah, so robot people, what was I saying? Blade Runner. Oh, my dream. So then I had a dream that night that it was like it was the first time I had this dream, but I woke up and wrote that it was a recurring dream because I think I had it like multiple times throughout the night because it was almost like a nightmare. It was like a robot man, and I knew he was a robot and I had to kill him, and it was like so hard to kill him. I couldn't do it. It was like, I mean, I did it eventually, but it was like, you ever had those dreams where your like body barely works? That's what it was like, but my body was working fine, but his body was just like so hard to like kill. I had to like shoot him 400 times. It was crazy. But I had that dream a bunch, and it was like paranoia. I was like, they're coming after me. I wasn't really afraid of robots, but I think it was just like suspenseful. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was something else manifested into a robot man that I could barely kill. But yeah, that was my dream. I had a dream about Blade Runner, but I don't like those dreams that are just like blatant from a movie I just watched. I like the ones where I'm like, one time I was on a boat and I was in space on a boat, and then I was like hurtling towards Earth, and then I landed on like a river that was like a ramp, and then we were shooting down this river in like a space boat, and so fast. It was so amazing. It was fun too. I wasn't like scared. It was just like fun on like this perfect space boat. It was like the best roller coaster / water slide across Earth. Like, it was the best ride ever. It was just so fun. So those dreams I like. And when I'm sitting on Earth looking at Earth at the same time like the other dream, that was fun too. We're almost at 30 minutes already. I don't even know what the fuck I've said. I don't know a single thing I've said. What else is there? If any, I had a dream once. I don't know if you care about my dreams, but I had a dream once when I got this new microphone. That night, I had a dream that these guys were setting up my microphone for me, and it was like when I learned a lot about my microphone, because from the guy from the store who I bought it from in real life, he told me a lot about it. So I had a dream that they set it up like perfectly for me, because I've always had questions like how to get it sound perfect. And they set it up for me, and they were using all these weird lingo, like frozen, like this. Oh, his voice sounds a little frozen, like weird shit like that. I'm like, oh, damn, they know their stuff. This is going to sound crispy. Crispy, I know that word. That sounds like, sharp, But like frozen, they're on another level. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. My boys are setting me up right now, hooking it up. And I'm like, and I just woke up like, what the hell? Well, I made up those words, but they said other words too that I wish I like wrote down. That's why you got to write down your dreams, because like the weird things that come out are so funny. But anyway, back to lucid dreaming. I really want to see, because lucid dreaming, you like become aware. I want to see what I can do, but I always get too excited. I always like realize I'm dreaming, and then I wake up, and because I'm like, oh my God, I'm dreaming, this is great. And then you get too excited and like, please, I hope I don't wake up. And then that's all you do is wake up. So you gotta like, it's that balance, like meditating. You gotta like know you're there, but at the same time, like forget that you're there. So you kind of like just do your own thing, but not focus on it. That's like, I feel like that's the key to a lot of things, like mentally, is like, you can't overthink it to get in that flow state. Flow state works for everything, like speaking or like writing music, or you gotta like know you're doing it, but not try too hard. I know that sounds like one of those cliche type things, whatever, but it's such a weird balance. And I feel like that's like the goal of meditation. And maybe meditation makes you better at that. That's so weird. That's maybe that's helps. I would love to. I don't know how I would test that, because sometimes I do it good already. Maybe if I just do it more often, it keeps me clear. But I don't know. I like that. That's a pretty cool. Let me jot that down real quick in the notepad. You ever use your notepad? I've been using my notepad so much on my phone. I have so many things. Maybe I should just read some of these things that I have. I had Lego and my Eggo on my notepad. Balance mind. Okay, so I write things down just because I have these weird thoughts, and there's so many times where I had a thought that I didn't write down. I'm like, oh, that's a funny thing. I'll like bring that up on the podcast or something, and then I never do. So I have to write them down now. I don't have to, but I really like to. What else was one thing that back to flow was like, I really like surfing, and that's one of those things I just don't have time for, like the float tank. Did I say I didn't have time for the float tank? Anyway, surfing is like one of those things I want to get into a point in my life where I have so much time I could like become a good surfer, because it takes time just like anything else to practice, but I don't, like right now it's not the right season, but I want to be good, because I've surfed before, and it's one of the best feelings. It's like, here we go with the earth talk, is like you just feel like you're not like, I've been snowboarding too, but surfing was like you have to catch a wave that's just coming. Like it's just like a tide in the earth, and you just have to like ride that. Like the mountain is another thing in itself, but you just kind of like stand up and go down it. And I love both, but I just like the sun a lot more too. So like surfing's so crazy that you're just like, not only are you like floating on this water, but like it's just pushing you, and like you have to just catch it and just like go with. It's such a fun feeling, and just like riding the wave itself. I've always liked like speed. Oh my god, my car got in an accident, and I got a rental car. It's like a brand new Nissan Altima. It's got a lot more horsepower than my old car. It's so much fun. I don't even go fast. I just like push on the pedal when it's time to go, because that's what you usually do, and it just has a little pickup, and it's so fun. It's incredibly fun, and it's almost like a downer that it's like a bad thing that I get to drive it, because now it's like, because I was unaware how fun cars could be, because I never really drove a fun car. My car is fun, but it's old now, and it's like, it was fun, but it was never like fast like that. So it's like now I'm like, I got the bug. I got the freaking car bug, bro. But yeah, so I don't know, but it's just too much money. But one day I will. I'll get like a fun car, I guess. But what else was I saying? Oh yeah, surfing is like, it's just so fun to be riding, and I want to get to the point where like I'm actually surfing, not just like going straight, or not just like catching a wave and riding it. I want to like carve it up. I want to shred that thing. But sharks, and I don't get how people aren't afraid of sharks. I know my sister. I know you're listening, Steph. No, I'm just kidding. She's not listening at all. Maybe I'll make her listen to this part. 31 minutes in. But she's terrified of sharks. Like that's her worst fear, yet she goes surfing. So I know people are probably afraid of them, but like she can't even like look at them if they're like on TV. Like they freak her out. Or maybe she likes to look at them. I kind of forget. I gotta reconnect. So you gotta stay connected with your loved ones. But so anyway, I know she's terrified. I've never heard her say she's scared of anything except sharks. Yet she surfs a lot. She loves going to the beach. So I'm like, okay, so maybe these people aren't not afraid of them, because that doesn't make sense in my brain if you're not afraid of these friggin' beasts. But how are you going in them? It's like going. I don't know if this is the same thing or too similar, but like it's like knowing people just got attacked by bears in this region, like a mile stretch, and you just go camping there, knowing. Oh, and you're so vulnerable. Like a bear, you could bring a gun, and as long as you're on alert, you can kill it if it comes after you. But a shark, you don't see coming unless you see a fin, which then is just terrifying because you're not going to outswim it. And then on top of it, you barely see it. You're in the ocean. There's waves. How are you not terrified? And I still go surfing now, even though I'm terrified of them too. But it's just crazy. Like, you're so helpless. You have a surfboard and your bare skin. If anything, a wetsuit, which makes you look more like food for them. So I don't get it, but it's crazy to me when you think of sharks. Like you're in their home. Like at least a bear, you're on your feet. You can maybe run around a tree. You grab a stick. I don't know what you would do. You punch. You can't even punch in water. You're barest, that's not a pun, but like the root of your fighting. Hey. My puppy's growling at nothing, as usual. He's looking at a dark window. Anyway, what was I saying? Your root of your fighting instincts, punching and kicking, you can't even do underwater. You could poke its eyes. That's what you're going to do. You're going to poke the shark's eyes, and he's going to scurry away. I mean, it's ridiculous. But going back to my faith in technology, they're going to make some kind of shark repellent, like some kind of like squeal, like, ah! Imagine. They make a squealer. That makes the sharks go away. I don't know what would make a shark go away, but they had like those electricity things. I think they worked, but like shocker type things. But they should make like a force field already. When their surfer's going to have like a force field, then I'll go surfing all day. Maybe that's what I'm waiting for. Maybe that's why I'm not as into it, because I'm still terrified of sharks. And maybe once they make the shark repellent that actually works, I'll friggin' go surfing. But yeah, surfing is amazing. I went in Costa Rica. Oh, and I've been in Florida my whole life. I've been in the waves. I've been in the waves that looked as big as they were in Costa Rica when I went there. But in the water, I was only like waist high. The current was just stronger. And I've heard people say that, but I've only been to Florida beaches. I mean, I think I've been to other beaches, but like surfing type waves. And I didn't know that. And I was a good swimmer. I swam when I was a little kid. I wore a Speedo when I was 8. And I went in Costa Rica waters the first day I got there with like a boogie board. And those friggin' waves, I didn't like they tossed me. I'm not going to try to make any excuses. They tossed me like my skin was on another planet with more gravity or less, whatever it is. It just tumbleweeded me. I would like try to get under a wave, or like I rode a wave on a boogie board, then another one crashed on me, and I spun like underwater, like thrown around, like it was scary. And then I just stood up because it was like shallow, but it was like once I got like, after it tumbled me a few times, it like put me towards the shore, but it was just like, whoa. Poseidon just grabbed me with his friggin' grip and just gave me a little spin, like showed me where I'm at. He's like, you're in the waters now. You're in the real waters. So that was crazy. Yeah, so there's different types of tides out there and currents that blow your mind. But yeah, I love the ocean. I feel like people need to go in the ocean and the sun more and the earth more. I feel like the sun is so good for you. I know you feel better when you're in the sun. Like, I literally feel better. I don't know if it's like the vitamin D or whatever it is. Maybe it's making me get oxygen, like I said in the last one. If you listen to the last podcast, the breathing thing. But I definitely feel better with the sun. Definitely feel healthier. Like, I don't have like as much of a sniffle as I always do. I have such bad allergies. But and then the salt water just feels amazing. My boy Leo, for his bachelor party, we went to the beach one day. And I was like a little kid. I hadn't been to the beach with the boys in a while, like months, maybe even like years, with like a group of guys. And we were playing catch with the football, and I was like, I was living my best life. I hate when people say that saying, living my best life, because you should always be doing that. People do it when they're eating Starburst. They're like, living my best life right now, eating Starburst, eating things that are terrible for me, that are going to deteriorate my body more. Living my best life. I don't get it. Living your best life is playing catch on a beach, barefoot, one with the ocean, diving in salt water and sun all over your skin, rehydrating and fucking running and getting your ligaments loose. That's how I felt. And it was like, I felt like a kid. It was amazing. And my boy Leo, if you ever listen to this, it's one of my best days of my life. And we crack up about that because I was literally like, so happy. It was so much fun. Garrison, cut it out, boy. And yeah, so I miss the ocean. I miss the beach. That's the one thing about Orlando, where I'm at, where like my location on my GPS on my fake phone says I'm at, but I'm really like nowhere in the space. Hope I'm not freaking anybody out. So yeah. What else? I was about to say something. One more thing. There's one more thing I was gonna say. I don't know. I don't remember what I was going to say. That's because I forgot what I was going to say because I was looking at the time. It's been almost 40 minutes, and I was like thinking, should I end it there? Should I not? But that's what happens. As soon as you distract yourself with something, it makes you forget your train of thought. The train leaves without you. It doesn't wait for anybody. There's supposed to be like an eclipse tonight. Did I already talk about that? I think I missed it. The eclipse. I think it was like this morning, but people say like tomorrow, but they meant like tomorrow, like early in the morning, because it was like 5 a.m. So you can't say like tonight. So I think people got confused. At least I did. But anyway, I think that'll be it for tonight. Because I'm ruining it because of my flow state is getting distracted now. I'm getting hungry and stuff. But I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I would love to know your feedback. If you happen to like it and you could show how much you liked it in the form of stars, you could rate this thing using stars. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about that, but like, I'm not trying to beat around the bush, as they say. I don't get that saying. I got to come up with a better saying. Not right now. I'm not trying to crack an egg without telling you that it's yolk free. Yep, that'll work. So yeah, let me know what you think. Dunkin' tomorrow, more videos, more pictures, more things. You could follow my Dunk one. Instagram is Steven Dunks, and I have another one, Steven Selly Media, that is all for my random creations that I like to make. And I really appreciate everybody listening. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I hope to have more friends on, more people on, and some in the future, definitely a lot more variety of different things. I know it's just me blabbering a lot of the time, but I have to do that sometimes. I really enjoy doing that. And I want to see people from all different industries just because it's like I said, I think I said it earlier, that it's really fun to like help people find what they like to do. And so I like to talk to them to help them find it. Not that I think I can, but it's just like interesting for me to try to help them because they end up helping me too. It's like I learned about myself. Anyway, point is a lot more podcasts coming, a lot more content in every form, video, pictures, whatever you like. I mean, whatever I like. All right, that's it. See ya.